Hi, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. Today I'm going to go ahead and do some celery in my sink. I actually have some zucchini and some yellow squash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my KitchenAid stand mixer attachment, and I'll show you how that works. My husband's helping me with the camera because this is not really the angle we usually do this at. But anyways, so what that is the KitchenAid. It goes on to your KitchenAid. It's a chopper, and I have this whole bunch. It's 4 bunches of celery, and I'll show you how quickly it takes. Actually longer to clean these and chop them than it does to actually chop these. So it's gonna get a little bit loud, so just bear with me for a second and we'll get this going. I don't know for sure if you can see that, but that's 4 heads of perfectly diced celery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get out the trays for the freeze dryer, and these will go in the freezer for a little bit because the freeze dryer actually likes everything to be frozen before actually putting it in there. So I'll go ahead and get these put on the trays, and then I'll go ahead and finish cleaning up the zucchinis and the yellow squash. Alright, and now I have some of the yellow squash, and I'm going to do 1 tray in the freeze dryer that's actually going to be cubed like the celery is. So I'll show you on that. Okay, did you see how many that just was? And then you got all those. Now, that's why I say, I have my KitchenAid 13 cup, but that's why I say I absolutely love this food processor attachment. It does have a dicing blade, a shredding blade. It has it where you can turn the size up and down if you want skinny or fat. And I'll go ahead and put this on the tray, and then what I'm going to do for the rest of these yellow ones, I was talking to Chelsea over at our Urban Homestead, and my sister, she gave me all these over Chris at City Girl Homestead. And I don't make a lot of zucchini bread, but I'm going to try to make some more zucchini bread because it is good and it's yummy. So I have some zucchinis over there, but what I want to do before I do all that is I want to test some that I did previously freeze dry and see if it actually does reconstitute really good before I shred or not shred or slice on the mandolin, to see if they do come back, because then I would rather have my sliced so I can make fried zucchini. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the tray, and I'll be back with some more stuff to shred. And by the way, the Provident Prepper, and that's what gave me the idea of actually cubing up those squash. Yesterday I was watching a video and they were eating things out of the garden and preparing things for the year and the prices. And they actually did add the yellow squash cubed up inside their spaghetti. Now I've never done that. However, hey, you know, it might taste good. So what I'm going to do is, I'll lower that a little bit so you can see that shooting out. This will be for the shredded. I won't keep you long for the full shredded. I'll be right back. And this is the shredded. And this will probably make 2 or 3 trays. The more I thought about it, I'm just going to go ahead and use a slicer on my 13 quart for slicing these. A couple of these I'm going to have to cut in half, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got those cut in half now. Some people wonder why I have a gadget problem. I did up 3 trays of zucchini off my last batch that's in my freezer room. Do you know how long it took me to mandolin those? Yeah, so this is probably going to be like another 3 trays. But when I come back, I'm going to show you, because I was given a whole bunch of sweet potatoes too. I'll show you a quick, easy way to do that. I'll be freeze drying those sweet potatoes too, but in a different way than you probably realize. Alright, and here goes the sweet potatoes. So I have my 8 quart Instapot. I don't pre-wash these. I don't peel them. And when I get done with this whole video, you'll see why. Some of these are really big. These ones here I'm making right now is going to go to my brother-in-law. My husband likes sweet potatoes. I'm not a fan of them. And my husband likes me to add the butter, the brown sugar, and cinnamon to it. And I gave some to my brother-in-law, and he would have thought he would have died or something. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put this on for 25 minutes. I have like about a cup of water in here. And if you can see the Instapot here, I have about a cup of water in here, 25 minutes. And what's going to happen is when this gets done and it, you know, that goes down and it cools off a little bit, I should have that side of the kitchen a little bit more cleaned up. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the skins off these, and these are going to just come right out. And I'm going to put them in my KitchenAid, and I'm going to blend them up. I'll spread them out on a tray, and then we will freeze dry those also. And I don't know if you can see right here. I have some yogurt going. It's cooling, and then later tonight I will be putting, well, in a little bit, I'll be putting some of the yogurt starter in there, and I'll be starting some yogurt. So I'll be back. Okay, you can see the sweet potatoes, and this is why I don't wash them, because what happens is you just, because they're cooked, because they will be mashed in the KitchenAid stand mixer, you can just, these are still really hot, because you'll be mixing it in the KitchenAid like you would a cake. This just works just very well. I don't know if you can probably even see the once it's left over. Now I'm going to be doing probably 3, possibly 4 batches, and I'll be filling up quite a few of the trays. And then what I'll just do is I'll be putting my skins out in the compost bin. So it'll be a nice 2-for-1 type thing, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to mix this over there in the KitchenAid. Okay, it's in the KitchenAid now, and I have the whisk brush, the whisk attachment on there. And then what I'm just going to do is mash it like you would mashed potatoes in this. But I don't add any butter or milk or anything like that. When you freeze dry, you're not supposed to use any like butter and fatty foods because it doesn't make a shelf stable for very long. And then there you go. So that right there, I'll take this off here, and I will I'll take it off there, and I will put it in the freeze dryer tray. And like I said, I'll have 3 different batches, so this is going to take me a minute to do. And I'll be putting that in. I have the zucchini over there. I don't know if you can see over on the trays, ready to go in the freezer. And then what I'm going to do is the freeze dryer is actually done thawing out, so I need to go clean that out, wipe that down, and start the batch that I had earlier in the freezer. So yeah, so this should be lots of fun. I never understood when my daughter, all those years ago in like 2012, 2011, why someone who was like 15 years old wanted a KitchenAid mixer, stand mixer. And I never used hers. I never, like, you know, I never had anything to want to do because I don't bake. I'm going to try to start baking, but I don't bake. And now that they have all those attachments, seriously, I mean, they've got meat grinders, they've got that favorite one of mine, the chopper. I put my finger really bad on that. Hot potato. And grinders and apple peelers, and I mean, you name it, they've got just a host of things, and they come out with more stuff all the time. So if you're thinking about getting a KitchenAid, definitely I like that, because if you were to buy each item individually, that's going to take up a lot of room in your kitchen or wherever you can store your stuff. Attachments take up room too, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be as time consuming as the actual units of whatever you do buy. So definitely this should be pretty fun here. I don't know how big of a batch my brother-in-law wants, and when I get done I'll ask him what he wants, and then I'll just mark it in the jar, whatever he doesn't want, that this is just the plain, it's not the brown sugar and the cinnamon that I usually put in for my husband, and we add butter when we reconstitute it. So I hope you enjoyed this. And actually, this is on that, I just lost my train of thought there, but it's on that thing that's going on right now of trying to use up everything that you have, and it'll be up in the title, but I seem to just totally forget what the name of it is right now. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. If you did like this, please like, subscribe, share. I would like to try to get as many subscribers as possible, and yeah, hopefully we can all learn things together. So thank you very much for stopping by, and you have a very blessed and wonderful day.